Hello, everybody. Hey, got a new car in. It's a WLtoys 124. It's the WLtoys 124018. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at it. I was requested to get one of these and look it over for somebody. So here it is. And the thing I guess most noticeable, this is the 124018 from WLtoys, and it's basically they've got it set up for off-road. That's their little claim on this, as opposed to and I haven't seen the box on this one yet, but this one does specify off-road, and there are a few differences in these two. And I won't say it's all cosmetic, because I don't think it is. So let's go ahead and get this open. Okay. So got the standard transmitter, same as the 144001. Got your owner's manual. It should have an exploded parts view in the back. Okay. It has a full exploded parts view in here. And then all the parts numbers, all the parts are numbered with a description in the back of the manual. And if I don't know if I sound any different today, I'm on a different microphone, so some of you might let me know if this mic sounds okay. It's a Comica Boom X U2. The one I had before was a Boom X D2, and the difference is the D2 is a dual channel 2.4 gig system. This one is UHF. It's two channel, but it's UHF. So in theory, close range like this, there really shouldn't be much difference in the sound of them. But I have to tinker with the audio levels a bit to get everything sounding the way it should. So we got the 550 motor in there. It's got the standard 60 amp ESC. Okay, this one shows to be rated at 7.4 volts. You know, the other one didn't actually have a rating on it. And I know that I've seen somebody that's run one of these on 3S and had no problems. And I've seen somebody, Perth West OZ, ran his and it moved almost 2 or 3 inches before it blew up. Blew the ESC up, that is, on 3S. I just don't recommend it. You know, some guys are getting by with it, and that's fine. And I had the WLtoys, same thing, the 144001. I ran 2 of mine. I ran on 3S, and one of them handled it pretty well. I ended up running it on paddle tires in the snow and killed it because it just loaded it up way too much. But that was on me. It ran fine on 3S. The other car didn't seem to like it nearly as much. So my suggestion is just stay away from 3S on these unless you want to start changing electronics. So everything looks pretty decent in here. They've got a pretty nice battery that's included with this. I'm not going to rip the Velcro apart. Makes too much noise. Let me get that off of there. Okay, so this is a 7.4 2200 milliamp. Looks like a decent enough battery for a stock battery. And it's got, I'm sure, the same as the other cars. It's got CVDs in the front. It's got dog bones in the back. Looks like it has the holes on the arms No, it doesn't. I was going to say it looks like it had the holes on the arms to put a droop screw in the rear, but it does not. There's holes, but those are flipped over the opposite way. So I don't know if that's an assembly thing or what's going on, but the holes for the droop screws are in the back, and there's not a hole in the front. I'm going to guess, no, you couldn't flip it over because the shock mount is on the top. I was going to say maybe they just put it wrong. They've got the tabs on there for the droop screws. They've got them on the front. The holes are underneath the tabs on the front, so you could lower the front a little bit if you wanted to. You'd have to probably just put some spacers in here on the back would be adequate. So pretty much this is a stretched frame 144001. They've got the shocks set up a little different on this for off-road use, and I need to do some slight modifications to the shocks. I'll go over that. I'm not going to take any oil out of them. I'll actually modify the shock. The shock towers are not the same as on the 144001. See if I can get the body off of this thing real quick. Looks like we just have 3 screws on here. And that little cover should come off. Then I'll show you the shock setup. Just a word while I'm thinking about it. That's the body screw. These things are tiny. So be prepared to get a magnet close by so they don't evacuate the county. Okay, the front shock tower is plastic on this particular car. And of course, there isn't a rear shock tower. It's part of the body assembly. And these shocks, I don't know, they feel kind of funny to me. There's a lot of rebound in them, and I can't tell if it's the spring or if it's actually got a big air pocket in there. So let me just pull one of these off real quick. Had to grab another screwdriver. That bit on the first one was the wrong size. And I know everybody's got their own way to do these. In my opinion, you don't want a big air pocket in there. You want them filled up with oil. And I'll show you. I'm not going to do it tonight. It's dark right now and I'm ready to go to bed. So I get this video posted, and tomorrow I will do a run video. And after the run video, I'll show you how to, what I consider properly modify the shocks. Okay, got all that stuff back together. Now, I'm not saying that what I'm going to do to the shocks is by any means the only way to do it. I'm not even going to say it's the right way to do it. I'm just going to say it's a way to do it. So if anybody's interested in seeing how I do that, drop a note in the comments or something, and I'll go over it in a little more detail when I get ready to do it. Overall observation on this thing, it appears to be the same servo that's in the 144001, which I honestly haven't had much problem with. It is a 5-wire servo. Probably, no matter what, I'm going to change that to a 3-wire servo, and I'm going to change the ESC and receiver out. I don't know that I need a gyro in this car. I'm not planning on running it on 3S. I'm planning on running this mostly in the dirt. So I don't know that I need the gyro there. May or may not be an advantage. One of the things I see, the front battery retainer is in the forward position. the rear one is in the rear position, but there is actually a fair amount of room, at least another probably 28 millimeters or a little over an inch that you could add to that to put a longer battery than what this is in there. So other than that, I'm not going to say there's a whole lot of difference between this and the 124019. Chassis is the same. Pretty much I'm thinking the setup's the same. It's just a different body configuration. And one thing that's nice on this, you got the 2 body clips, and then this just pivots up. So that's kind of a handy thing for me. One thing I don't like is the antenna configuration, because the antenna hits the bottom of this little, make sure I'm in the frame. The antenna hits the bottom of this piece right here, and it lays the antenna down. The antenna needs to be vertical, and there's no way that I'm seeing right this moment, unless I can thread it up through the edge here as I close it. I don't see any way to make the antenna vertical, which is going to limit the range some. I'm going to change the receiver out anyway, and I'm not saying that there's going to be a problem. The distances that I stay from the car anyway, it's not going to be a speed run car, so most likely that's not going to cause an issue. If it does, that's one of the things that you can do, is to try to get this antenna oriented vertically, which I'll probably just poke a hole in here, put a little straw on it so that the antenna feeds through there, and it'll come up behind the little guys. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and give it a run tomorrow, get the video out for you folks. Probably the one modification that I'm pretty convinced I'm already going to do is a different set of tires on here. I just personally don't, if it's going to be off-road, I don't really think these are the tires for it, but I'm not sure exactly what I want to do. I don't want to put a tire that's a lot taller. These are the ones that I kind of had in mind, but they're significantly taller than what these are. So I don't know. I don't know if the gears can handle that or not. So I'm going to look for something other than this tread pattern right here. This would be nice for running in the grass because it'll get you up taller. All that's something that's going to be down the road for me to tinker with. So if anybody's interested in this, or you have any other questions about the car that I didn't answer, then just go ahead and drop them in the comments, and I'll do I'll look at that in the morning after the video posts, and I'll get the run video knocked out sometime tomorrow, and we'll kind of go from there.